This conference will now be recorded.
We will get inside the practical task, that is by getting inside our database software system, that is MS Access. So I want from you to remember 3 points regard MS Access. First of all, it is a relational database management system. In short, DBMS. Everybody knows or have an idea about DBMS. Now, the new things, that is a relational database management systems. So what we mean by relational, we mean that all the objects inside our database, it have been to treat it as one unit. Treat it as one unit. يعني ما في تقسيمات صغيرة داخلية حال من؟ حال the database application. It is a one unit. Got it? So if we are talking, for example, about Muscat Bank. So how many branches we have for this Muscat Bank? We have many, right? We have many over or across the country and even outside the country. We have many branches of Muscat Bank. But at the end of the day, this is a single unit application. بمعنى so you can complete your task or transaction from any branch. They will tell you that like that. If your account in, for example, in El Bremi, and you have been right now in Muscat, can you deal and complete your task from Muscat, from any branch over there for Muscat Bank? Yes, it is very easily. It's very easily. Why? Because this database or this application, it is a relational database management system. What we mean by relational database management systems? That's all the objects inside the database work as a one unit. Point number one. Point number two, for access talking. So primarily for whom? The primary usage for this database for home and small business. And we explain why. Because limited features. بمعنى إمكانيات محدودة لهذا البرنامج. Yes, of course. ثم وراء ذلك it known traditionally as desktop database system. تسمى traditionally تقليديا desktop database system. Why? Because it will run from a single computer. بمعنى تشغيلها يتم من داخل كمبيوتر الواحد فقط. لذلك it is a home. لذلك it is a small business. Moving forward to the second slide or to the next slide, we need to talk about files, database files of Access. Okay, think about everything over here are files. You can use Access to manage all of your information in one file. حطوهم في بالكم. The application at the end it is file. لذلك the whole database it is a single file. So within an Access database file you can use, it is a file like what, for example, this is a presentation, a PowerPoint slide, but I have text here and I have a picture over here, one more picture somewhere here, and I have some logos over here. So these are contents. So the database contains, افهموا لي هذه النقطة رجاءً. The database contains يعني محتويات قواعد البيانات simply objects بمعنى tables بمعنى queries بمعنى forms بمعنى reports. That's it. So these are the contents of our database file. What are they? Tables ثم queries وصولا للforms انتهاء بالreports. كل هذه contains بداخل the database file اللي هي an application. لذلك هذه المعلومات مفترض تربطوها مع بعض. تربطوا كل هذه المعلومات مع بعض اللي هي ايش؟ اللي هي database it is a file. We will call it technically as application. لذلك الاثنين are same. File is an application. Application it is a file. At the end of the day, this is a database. So next point, database contains simply are objects اللي هم ايش؟ اللي هم الاربعه المعروفين حالنا اللي هم ايش؟ اللي هم if we are talking about objects then we are talking about tables, we are talking about queries. Yeah, we are talking about queries, we are talking about forms, and then we are talking about reports simply. So these are the contents, these are the objects. لذلك من هنا فصاعدا when we talk about the database objects, that's the contents, that is tables, queries, forms, and reports simply. Okay, then why we need a table to save our data? Why do we need a query? Query, it is a questions. We need an answer. So the answer we have to be getting back to us. Retrieved the data. اللي هو ايش؟ استرداد البيانات وفق criteria if you remember that. Why do we need the forms to view or to add or to update our data inside the tables? Why do we need the reports to analyze the data, to print a data? It helps us in taking decisions. Okay, finish. طيب خلوا لي بالكم. An object used to store a data, matching list, or multiple choices. An object used to store data, to save data. The answer, table. An object used to find and retrieve a data, a query. An object used to view, to add, to update a data inside the table, a form. An object used to analyze or to be printed with a specific layout, it is a report. As simple as that. لذلك الفهم مهم مرة. الفهم أفضل من إيش؟ من الميمورايزيشن، من الحفظ. لا تحفظوا وافهموا رجاء. وكل هذا كما قلت لكم الميد تيرم and the final exam. Got it? So we will move forward. How to start your access? How to start your access? By many ways. By many ways. And depends on the operating system you are using. But simply to start your access from the search box, if you are just typing access, then you will get a research list result. قائمة مع البحث. خلاص. So wherever there is access word, it will be displayed in front of you within this result list. On very top of this list, you will find the application on very top. So that's why we have our application on very top of this research list, Access 2016. Okay, so whenever you click over there, then your application is going to be started for you. This is how to start your Access. It's very easy. And keep in your mind, the way to start it and the way you will get it depends. The way you start it depends on the operating system. The way you will get it depends on the version. الفيرجن هو ايش؟ وإصدار أو النسخة مال البرنامج المستخدم للأكسس. والأوبريتنج سيستم اللي هو نظام التشغيل حسب نظام التشغيل اللي تستخدم، سواء كان ويندوز، سواء كان الماك مال أبل، سواء كان different versions even for the Windows or even for the Mac, depends. لكن ما يخالف، الأمر سهل جدا. So from the search box you can write access, and then on the result list you can click on the top of that will show you access, then you can click and you can move forward. طيب قبل أن نروح أكثر عن ذلك we need to have to look to the access screen elements. خلوا لي بالكم نفس هذه الصورة ممكن تنحط داخل الموديل ونكون مرقمين لكم ايش من 1 to last. انتبهوا لهذه النقطة، انتبهوا لهذه النقطة. يعني over here we call it quick access toolbar، الثلاث أزرار اللي موجودة من هذا الجانب. اوكي، يعني إذا جينا shutter bar هذا الموقع open close button بجي لكم إياه. Every of these we call it object tabs واللي موجودة من هنا بالمرة اسمها object types. محطوطة فين؟ محطوطة في navigation panel، يعني to move between reports, forms, tables and queries. من أسفل we have status bar، من هذا الجانب we have title bar الطويل بالمرة هذا، وفي control buttons، وهذه الأزرار تسمى ribbons. within each ribbons we have buttons. طيب أرد مرة ثانية حال الأكسس. وصلنا إلى هذا الجانب. For this version of mine, so this is a clean version. I don't have anything. That is why I can go only for blank database or that is custom web applications. لو رحت عندها بديني كم من الخيارات كلها عبارة عن templates، ما أريد أروح فيها. راح نهتم فقط إما أن تكون قاعدة بيانات مخزنة أو قاعدة بيانات جديدة. Two options we have. We have only two options, or we need to deal with only two options. So let us move to the blank database. تلاحظوا معي هنا حاطين ايش؟ blank desktop database. وذكرنا هذه المعلومة. Traditionally referred to as desktop database system. صحيح؟ Traditionally known as desktop database system. لذلك محطوطة هي مثل ما هي traditionally. So when I click, remember when you create a database it will give you chance to have a name for your database, and after that just you have to move by create, then you will be inside the data or your database environment. أرد وصلنا بداخل the access environment. طيب this is the steps, or if you don't mind let me swap these two slides. Creating and saving a new database. Let me have a discussion session.
This conference will now be recorded.
You can double click or just click within the blank database. This one, just click. Then to where it will take you. It will take you over this small screen to write the name of your database. Yes, I have been supplied that name. أدخلت إيش الاسم اللي أنا أريد. simply fade, click on create, then you will be inside a database. Click on create, then I will get inside the database environment. When I click over here to where it will take me inside our access plus. Okay, so automatically we will get a new table, and automatically that table will have one field. Anybody can answer why we have such things؟ ليش كان هذا الشيء بهذا الترتيب؟ Why do I have get automatically one table and one field? We'll come back to you, Shahd and Asma. Why? Why automatically I got one table and I got one field? Anybody can answer? So we said a concept that is reason of existence. If you have it, you have everything. If you don't have it, you don't have anything, right? So if you want to have a database, you should have a table. If you want to have a table, you should have a field, simply. لذلك بنسأل سؤال مثل هذا للي متابع وللمركز معنا. Why do we got one table, or why we will get automatically one table and one field within a new database whenever we are creating a new database? Because they are concepts. If you don't have a table, you don't have a database. If you don't have a field, you don't have a table. يبدأوا من الأصغر إلى الأكبر. If you don't have a field, you will not have a table. If you don't have a table, you don't have a database, simply. لذلك سميناهم إيش؟ سميناهم concept. واضح لكم؟ So over here, automatically we got one table and one field, and I will not talk more than this, and I'm going to stop here. So class for today is over. Our class is over. طيب